Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode 216. This I'm viewing the 993rd episode of the anime, Explosion, the lock that binds Yamato's freedom. And I'm also going to discuss chapter 1026 in the manga. This episode depth pages 3 to 13 of chapter 985. Yep. Now, there's actually a few minors. There's most like two major settings here, and they actually add a complete anime original scene here, which is actually not in the manga. Let's discuss that first. It's mostly put just Nami, Carrot, and Shinobu, where they're chased by Big Mom's things that she created with her life force, and of course the reason why they're chasing because they're after Zeus, and also probably Nami for taking Zeus. So, Shinobu is briefly captured by one of them. Currently, these are actually yokai. Nami zaps one of them, and then, of course, Zeus is grabbed by someone with a black hand. No, it's not a black person. He was grabbed by Big Mom. Yep, and Shinobu runs away while Nami and Carrot are simply they're captured, and Shinobu runs away. That whole scene was complete anime original. That was not in the manga. They made that for the anime. There's a brief thing here of Jinbei and Robin who are just drinking like crazy. The flower boss is there, just standing doing nothing. Now, as for what happened most of the episode, now the whole Nami thing that took about a small, tiny portion of the episode. It wasn't like with Robin and Jinbei where their thing was like 30 seconds. Nami's took about 2 minutes of the episode. While most of the episode is mostly Kaido doing his speech. We then see, let's talk about next, Luffy and Yamato, where Yamato does explain, of course, before I continue here, they actually finally updated the opening title sequence, where they finally show Yamato's face. And no denying, Yamato is a very beautiful woman. Despite the fact she acts like a guy, it's a woman. After finally showing the face, as being silhouette all this time, they finally show Yamato's face. So, Yamato explains that she met Ace some years prior to the events of the series. I'd say several years, because this is probably before Ace's death. So they fought because he was after Kaido's head for some reason. I gotta fault the manga for that. So, they fight, they drink, and of course he talked a lot about Luffy, and she also mentions that she wanted to leave the island, but she couldn't because of the chains around her wrist. She could basically move her arms around, no problem. They're not together per se because she can't leave the island with the things on because these things will explode. This is of course according to her father, Kaido. And Luffy is looking at them is like, the way he's looking, where his eyes are, it almost seems like, though, some people might point out that Luffy is looking at her rear end. Yes. But no, he's not looking at the rear end. He's looking at the handcuffs, and he asks if he can remove them. And he does mention, don't worry about that. That'll probably happen next week's episode. So then we see that then they hear about Kaido informing everybody what happened outside the world, that the Civil War system has been disbanded. We do see brief images, something we see before, of Buggy's tent, and we do see the home of the Kaiju Pirates. We see briefly on top of that, and I know is that place because I watched the series. They honestly don't show here the actual warlords. They just show the locations. They don't show where Hawkeye was, where Edward Weevil. Yeah, they don't show him. And they don't show one warlord who technically was a warlord at the time they disbanded. And that was the one who's known as a tyrant. I don't remember his name. It was Bathama Kuma. Yeah, they didn't show him at all. Yeah, so they just show brief images of where Bo Hancock is and Buggy, but they didn't show Kuma, Hawkeye, or even El Revo. Not really, no. They never really showed them. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy the fact they show a bit. They show Bo Hancock's island. Don't show Bo Hancock herself. Just show her island. I mean, it's great though they do that because she's a popular character. And of course, we do see Luffy and Yamato peeking through the attic, where it sees that part of the wood is like kind of. It's probably because the wood is very weak up there in some places. Probably because it's an old attic. And then we have the thing that we continue on, and we come with another scene that picks up right where last episode left off, where we see the samurai along with Law and a few members of his crew, where the samurai about to go in and confront Kaido. Law is off doing something else. He does show up a little later to help out Luffy later on in the fighting, but excuse me, the reason why he's there, I'm not really sure, and why he took 3 people in his crew. So they go off do their own thing, and then we have them, like, of course, Izu and Kaku do mention before they go up there that they have some stories to change with each other, which who knows that would happen. And they go up there, and then of course they're briefly stopped by two headless horsemen. Yes, drawn by Kanjuro, who was the traitor. And then we have the samurai, all taking all of Kanjuro's men. We have Izu using guns. Yes, guns. A character who was previously taking a flashback using a sword, now using pistols. Because he joined the Whitebeard Pirates. He was one of the division commanders. I think it was like a third or fourth, if I'm not mistaken. We see Cat Faber using a turret gun attached to his hand. And we also see Dogstorm, where apparently he's developed his own two-sword style because his leg was chopped off previously, so he put a sword there. I'm like, okay. And Kaku confronts Kanjuro about, well, all this stuff has happened with him, where she starts crying because of how much of a liar he was. Like, oh, I guess my performance was really good. He's basically talking about that the whole time. And then the episode ends from their portion with them about to start their big fight that will continue on to next episode. Yep. But yeah, we're getting some good stuff here, and right now we're already deep into the 4th act of this arc. Yeah. So now moving on to the 1026 chapter manga, the Pivotal Clash. The cover image is Nami and Leo. Fashioning cute clothes for a lion club. It's Breer's request. I'm not really sure exactly when they could do more cover stories because it's been a while. So the chapter starts off with, we see Utaku's master having a flashback. Utaku was there, and then of course we cut to the island. What we see Momo is giant dragon form facing Kaido. And of course, Yamato's happy to see Momo. And Queen's like, the dragon didn't know what. So Yamato was keeping kind of busy up there. And of course, Kaido try to blast the dragon. I don't know who this dragon is. You know, I'm not here to fight, Momo. I can't do this. Gum Gum Elephant Gun. Yep, punches Kaido really hard. And of course, he tells Momo, hey Momo, bite Kaido and hold on. I can't. I can't do it. And then he bites Kaido. Yep, bites Kaido in the rear end. He's like, what are you doing, boy? And of course, Yama's like, get away from Momoshiki. And way to go, Momo. And of course, he punches Kaido right in the freaking face. And of course, like what more of the fighting, of course, Jack tries to take out Cat Vapor and all that pets throw. Cat Paper Sulong, of course, Carrot notes that his Sulong is worn off. And of course, everyone's talking about Momo. It's like, that's an emperor seed you took a bite of. Is there a single thing left in the world for you to be scared of? Like, no. You can fly, of course, see Zoro and Sanji, basically. Don't worry about Kaido. I'll guarantee I'll win. And, of course, Big Mom is like, you're that funny guy. And, of course, Captain is like, you better win. You'll win this time. Of course, everyone is cheering Luffy. And, of course, Kaido goes to a semi-dragon human form and continues his fight with Luffy. We see the clouds breaking. And then we see that Cat Vapor and I think it's supposed to be like Dogstorm, where they basically the Odin one sword style feline frenzy, and of course Pespro and Jack are taken out, and there was Canine Cleaver, it's of course Dogstorm, and we see that Pespro's down along with Jack, and then we see some mysterious guy. You can't be kidding, there goes Jack. I guess not my problem. Who is this guy? Is it the Shogun? I highly doubt it. The guy's dead. So who this guy is, probably find out next week, because we're getting our chap next week. Now I did not mention this before when it came to Black Clover. Black Clover is skipping week. Yeah, that one's not coming next week. But My Hero Academia and One Piece, yes, they are coming next week. I'm definitely looking forward to it, okay? So yeah, that's it for Sick Review. Oh, by the way, I give this chapter a 9 out of 10. Fantastic chapter. So, sweet. Next review is going to be a review of the newest episode of Case Closed. That'll be next, okay? Next video. Bye.